Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here with Hannah Burr.
Hello.
Good evening, Hannah.
Good evening.
And for this very special episode, we've got Cyber Ren.
Hey, yeah. Triple
How are
threat
you,
here
man?
tonight.
What's that?
Triple threat tonight. The three of
Triple
us.
threat tonight. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny because of course, I'm going into thanking our patrons as well. So thanks to our patrons, obviously, for all the support. Last night, yesterday, what is today?
Today's Tuesday.
I'm losing my track.
Tuesday when we're recording, yeah.
So Sunday, I wake up Sunday and I'm, getting ready to watch some football. Unfortunately, my Bengals got blown out.
But the Eagles had an amazing game.
Whatever. Yeah. They got lucky.
What a comeback.
Anyway. So I'm sitting there that day and I'm thinking to myself, and this is kind of a topic I was thinking, Martin, for us on council sessions possibly. But I started to think to myself, I'm like, I really do miss Star Wars. I think there's been such a massive gap.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, I started getting afraid for people not as passionate as us and whether or not they're going to actually start just forgetting about Star Wars. Because if we didn't do this show, I would probably start thinking of something else. Not necessarily, I would want it when it comes back, but I would be so distracted with other things going on in my life. It would be very hard very hard for me, even though I love it. Somebody that doesn't necessarily love it and just enjoys it, it's like it's starting to become like they need, and I'm just going to state this. We don't have to talk about this, but like they just need. I feel like they need content, even if it's just one thing, one show or one. Yeah. They need content constantly, kind of coming to us. So I'm sitting there and I did a reaction video. I was going to do a reaction video. I told myself, Monday I'm going to do a reaction video for Patreon, and I'm going to react to the fact that I miss Star Wars really bad. But then we got at 9 a.m. yesterday morning on East Coast a brand new trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu coming to theaters in May. There he is, the little dude. Yeah. Yes. So we're obviously going to talk a lot about that, and then I do want to continue a little bit about our Clone Wars talk, even though because I love the Clone Wars. I know Martin's a big fan of the Clone Wars as well. But I did want to obviously go back and read some comments, because I know Martin, you said you had some comments based on some of these.
I left just some big comments on there.
I do see this one. This was like 7 days ago though, it says. So
well, we didn't record last week.
We recorded longer than 7 days
So I may have missed your release,
you missed that.
I commented on the last 2 videos before the one that just came out. So.
Okay.
I don't see that comment, but okay.
I mean, well, read them when I'm not on with you guys.
I know.
I think I brought up, because I was just responding to your discussion from many episodes ago about different things. So it'll be good chatter for another show.
No.
Yeah.
Let's read them while I sit here.
Your rebuttal right now.
But our last episode, we talked about which I thought was a very good conversation Hannah and I had about the central arc, kind of what represents the Clone Wars the best. So Thrawn, obviously our master patron, said he said the best Clone Wars arc is difficult. So many good ones to choose from. Siege of Mandalore is an obvious choice. I think my favorite is the Trial of Ahsoka arc, or the Mortis Gods arc, but I just started rewatching Clone Wars, so ask me again in about a month or two. Great to see both of you back. Thanks for all you do, and cannot wait for our Home Alone and Tommy Boy movie commentaries. May the Force be with you. That's great.
I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No, you're definitely not. You've seen Tommy Boy in Home Alone, right?
Oh, I got points to say. I have actually avoided watching I've seen Home Alone, but I am not a Chris Farley fan, so I haven't really watched.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just say, like, that era of Saturday Night Live, I'm not a fan of those guys. I don't like Chris Farley. I don't like David Spade. Especially don't like Will Ferrell. I'm from the older generation. I like John Candy and Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy. I'm the generation before that of Saturday Night Live.
Well, you can never go wrong with Steve Martin, but you don't like Will Ferrell at all?
At all.
Wow.
It's not my kind of humor. I'm a little bit...
Yeah.
I'm situational humor and just guys. But I'll just say that point now that I have it. Like speaking of John Candy, like I love John Candy because growing up for me, that was the comedy. And Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is to me the funniest movie I've ever seen.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
It's not the funniest one for me, but it's not the up funniest. There.
Yeah,
I love it so much. I can watch that every Thanksgiving and it's no problem. But
there's definitely different generations of comedy for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't look. I tell you right now, I never watch those guys on Saturday Night Live. I rarely watch Saturday Night Live.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm the movie guy, so like yes, growing up to me in the '80s, it was Bill Murray was my guy. Dan Aykroyd, like Ghostbusters, and
they're all from the same group.
And Eddie Murphy I loved Eddie Murphy, you know. Yeah. So, but then yes, get into the '90s. Yeah, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley. I'm not really David Spade. I don't think he's very that funny, but and then you get after that you get now Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is hit or miss for me. Like Semi-Pro, I think it's a horrible movie. But Step Brothers is like one of the best comedies ever.
Yeah.
A Blades of Glory.
But I'm not a big fan of that
Blades
one
of Glory was hilarious.
I think Will Ferrell's best, to be honest. I think he's actually best when he's a supporting character. Like in Old School and Old School, he was really good. What was the other one? Wedding Crashers. He's really good because he just has that end cameo. Like he's really good when he just kind of like is in there for a little bit. But anyway.
But I gotta say,
but Adam Sandler, I like. Out of those groups, I love 50 First Dates. I love
50 First Dates.
You know, there's some good stuff. But the one, just a quick story about John Candy was really cool, as I do have a small tie to him. You know, 6 degrees of separation. I'm only 2 degrees separated from him. My dad and John Candy were best friends in high school.
No way.
What?
Yeah. Yes. Wow. They tried out for the football team together. They did all kinds of things. They hung out together all the time. Best friends in high school. But
I cannot wait to tell my husband and my mother-in-law because they were the ones who introduced me to Candy.
Oh, okay. But they had different, career goals, and they went their separate ways, and they just lost touch. So I'm like, Dad, come on, like. I could have known John Candy. Jeez. Like, reach out to him. This is before he passed
Uncle
away.
John.
But, yeah. Uncle Buck, right?
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
That's my 1 degree of separation from John Candy.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to being a Star Wars podcast here.
Yes.
Thrawn goes on and says, the VR game looked quite fun, but I was disappointed that the pod racing was not first-person view. I want a VR game where you are in the cockpit of a pod racer or an X-Wing where you feel like you're a pilot. I only have the PSVR 2, and I barely get the time to play, so I can't imagine I would get a new VR system. I agree with Dave. Vader Immortal was great. Give me Vader Immortal 2 or an Obi-Wan or Skywalker Immortal type game, which totally agree.
Wow.
Yeah, the Vader Immortal, if you get a chance to do that VR, it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty crazy.
Still need to do it.
Yes.
So I have a response. I was waiting because I knew I was coming on with you guys tonight. I do have a response to your arc question.
Yeah.
That I want to throw in here. So I'm not picking a specific 3 or 4 episode story arc. I'm thinking of an entire Clone Wars arc. And for me, the overarching arc that went throughout the entire series is friendship. Obi-Wan and Anakin, the brothers, right? And everything they went through together and how it falls apart in the end. Ahsoka and Anakin, the Padawan and master, but yet also best friends. Like, they looked after each other like brother and sister. But to me, the most important friendship in this, and especially in the final season, was Ahsoka and Rex. Mm-hmm. Season 7 really, really showed the power of their bond, never leaving each other behind, his undying devotion to her. That's powerful stuff. And I think when you look at the Clone Wars as a whole, I think friendship was the overarching arc throughout the series.
I might take that a step further and say family is deeper than blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I agree with you. Friendship is a huge arc because, I mean, and I think a huge tragic part about you focusing on friendship as an arc is all of those friendships dissolve and they all come crashing down at the end. Except for
Ahsoka and Rex. Because it ends on them, right? Like
Yeah, it
that,
ends
that
on them
fight to survive
surviving.
as the ship's crashing down.
Oh,
It's seriously one of the most dramatic moments in Star Wars. It really is.
I think I teared up during that. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely teared up at the end of that series. That was
Yeah.
a powerful. The score on it was
Man.
not short of amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So,
And then if you don't mind me continuing to take over your podcast for another minute here, your most compelling character arcs, I had a response for that as well.
Yeah.
So top 3. So I'm going to start with number 3. I think Ahsoka. We watched her grow up and have to learn some tough lessons along that way. We got to grow with her. So very compelling. Number 2, Anakin. And everybody who listens to us knows Anakin, the whole story. It's my favorite story in Clone Wars, but it's not the most compelling. Why he truly fell to the dark side and that whole process of manipulation with Palpatine, going from the greatest Jedi of all time to the darkest of the Jedi's enemies. I mean, that is truly the most tragic story in all of Star Wars, in my opinion. Number 1 most compelling character arc, though, is Rex. This is his story. Clone Wars is his story. It shows us that clones are people too. They're individuals. They can be your best friends. They can be your companions. They can be your comrades. Their lives matter. And that's what this series taught us, is their lives matter too. And I just found that overall to be the most compelling.
You make an excellent point there. I think if we ought to pick one protagonist for the Clone Wars, it would have to be Rex. I would agree with that. Because it speaks to the heart of that it's about the clone wars.
Yeah.
And Rex is a clone. But Rex is also his own individual self. And he even proved that to the point that he defeated Palpatine's Order 66.
Yeah.
He was able to fight it off.
Yeah.
That's individuality right there, and not simply being able to be programmed by a machine or by the machine in its enemy. So anyway, those are my thoughts. I wanted to add, and I agreed with you about Asajj too. I think Asajj, if she had more episodes with more of her story, then she'd be in the running. But she wasn't part of it enough to really be in the running. But
I'll circle back to respond to that when we get to this next part of the Clone Wars conversation because
okay.
I have some thoughts on that. But I think we should talk about what dropped, which was the Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, we're still several months away. This thing doesn't come out until May of 2026.
It's closer though.
So what is that, 8 months, roughly? Which I'm eager to hear your all's thoughts first. So I will go to Hannah first about because you texted me right away after I sent this link to you. What were your overall first impressions of watching this footage of this trailer?
I don't know. Like, I literally am kind of a mixed bag. Part of me is like, oh, this looks like a really fun adventure movie. It reminded me of the older trailers. Like, it reminded me of 2 types of trailers. One, the older trailers where they showed all of the action scenes within a movie. But then it reminded me of, like, the Avengers Infinity War Endgame trailers where they purposely put in scenes that were not in the movie. So,
But you didn't know they weren't in the movie yet.
yeah, you didn't know they were in the movie, but it was very reminiscent of that type of montage, of that type of feel. Like, so part of me initially is like, some of these, especially because it is not coming out for 8 months, and we know how long the editing process can take, and we know that time is needed. It wouldn't surprise me if some scenes in the trailer were just made for the trailer versus the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like at the same time, this doesn't hype me for the movie, if that makes sense. It doesn't make me more excited for it. It makes me excited for more Star Wars. It doesn't make me excited for the movie itself. And I think that's also because it is so early on in the editing process. So there really isn't anything to put in the trailer, and we're still unaware of the story. We don't know what the story, which I always appreciate in a trailer. I always appreciate the trailer not giving everything away.
Yeah.
Or a trailer being a little misleading. Like, I'm sorry, I will argue that one of the best movie trailers is the one for Frozen, because it made you think the story was one thing when it ended up being something completely different. So always appreciate that, because it means you're going into a movie not knowing what to expect. So
True.
I would say there are a lot of positives, like objectively, there are a lot of positives to this trailer. And I love that it's like, hey, don't forget Star Wars. Like you said earlier, Dave, don't forget us. We're coming.
Right.
But me personally, I'm still like, oh yeah, that's right. There's a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Don't know why we need it, but there's one coming. Thought their chapter ended. That was my takeaway.
Okay, Martin.
I'm going to swing on the other side of the field a little bit and say that it did excite me. In one word, I would just say, finally. Like, finally. Because when's the last time we saw these two?
A long time.
True.
So for the first shot to see little Grogu holding up a little periscope to his eye, I mean, I just laughed and I got all warm and fuzzy inside. I'm like, oh man, okay, I miss these guys a lot. Because Mandalorian is my favorite of all the live action series by far. By far. I would watch it 100 times over, even over Andor. I would pick Mandalorian. So I just miss these guys. And yes, it looks like my takeaway would be that if I had to give it any negative, it just looks like an overproduced, extremely highly budgeted episode. I don't know if it has cinematic feel to it yet. You can just tell, you can look at it and go, wow, they got a lot of money for this. Because you look at all the creatures, you look at everything that's in this. I mean, new Star Wars creatures and we love seeing. It just looks like this is a lot of money here.
You hit the nail right on the head. You hit the nail right on the head with that.
Yeah. But I'm still excited. Like, just to see them running around and I mean, Grogu swimming and, doing, like, we're going to see new stuff. And for me, also seeing Sigourney Weaver in Star Wars is just, that was an amazing moment. I mean, yeah, I was excited when I heard about her, but just to see her there with Grogu and Mandalorian, and she stops Grogu from taking the bowl of food. I mean, it's just, I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
I think I'm going to be right I'm going to probably split you guys in half and be right in the middle, because I'm not that hyped. This doesn't hype me to see it. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. For one, here's the thing. I agree with what you're saying, Martin, because when I watched this, if I didn't know any better, this looks like a season 4 trailer, not a movie trailer.
Yeah.
And I think fans of Star Wars, like, for example, like my wife, if she watched this, she wouldn't even know this is a movie coming out. Like, oh, this is just another season coming out, and that's to me what. And I didn't think about this yesterday, because I did a review of this for Patreon and kind of said a little bit of the same thing, but I thought more about it. And for me, I think what was a little off the mark here was if you're putting this in theaters, and I know this is very difficult, because we got to think about when the last time this happened. When was the last time it happened where you had a series and then all of a sudden they did a movie? Now, I just rewatched Entourage, and they did this as well. I don't know if you guys watched Entourage, But Entourage was a television show on HBO, and they did 7 seasons, and then they made a movie, and the movie kind of wrapped up the whole series. Yeah. But the movie was, again, just like the series. It was just a longer episode, basically 2 episodes almost in one, because it was an hour and a half. And, it went in theaters and it did okay, but, it was, unless you watched the show, you didn't go see the movie, right? So
the same could be said for Firefly and for every Star Trek.
Yeah, you can kind of go there.
Psych did the same thing.
I don't know about Psych.
Do you not know the show?
I don't know the show. Psych?
Martin, do you know
like
the show
Syke?
I know of it, but I didn't watch it.
Psych.
Oh, Psych. Yes.
Psych.
Okay, I know. I don't know why I thought about it. Yes, I know it. I know. I've never seen it, but I know what show you're talking about.
Yeah. So after they did their show, they did a couple of movies as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if you think about it, though, the track record's probably not that great. Like, it's not like it wins Oscars or gets.
Star Trek's probably the most successful.
Star Trek.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, that was they consciously decided now we're going to do movies. It wasn't like a TV show, and then it took a while. They
still have a Star Trek TV show going on, right?
Not from the same crew that did the movies. Is what I'm saying.
When Next Generation ended, they went to the movies.
Gotcha.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they ended it, because they thought, okay, it's super successful. Let's take it to the big screen while we're at the height. So they canceled the show.
Well, they did. I mean, they did. The original cast did the movies first, right?
Yep.
Before Next Generation. Then they kind of did a movie where they combined the two.
Pass the torch. Yeah.
Kirk. Yeah. That was pretty good. But and Star Trek had a massive following, obviously, that did that. But I think what missed a little bit in this trailer was. I think we're back to what you were saying, Hannah. I think you have to tell me a little bit about what the story is about.
Yes.
Because again, if you don't, it just looks like a series of shots that spans over a season.
It looks like a sizzle.
It totally looks like a sizzle. Totally looks like a highlight reel of what we're going to see in the season. So that really that's why it didn't really excite me, because I'm like, what am I watching? Like, what am I'm just seeing what I've seen in 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. So if this was a season trailer, I'd be like, cool. But it's a movie. I want to know what the movie's about. Like, what are they doing? Why? And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Razor Crest was destroyed, right? Like,
it's back somehow, yeah.
Somehow it's all of a sudden back.
Magic.
So maybe, but it looked newer. It had a different color scheme. There's some changes.
Well, it looks like it was repaired again. Like, it looked like it's got new paneling or something like that. So I'm like,
yeah.
So part of me started thinking, like, again, because I'm a continuity guy, I'm like, well, dang, does this mean does this take place actually in the past? Like when they had the Razor Crest?
It's probably going to be in the opening half an hour. They rebuild it.
Oh, I was about to say, I can imagine Mando on his porch, Grogu's having fun. Old Dad Mando needs to have a hobby. What better hobby than to fix the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they're hanging out on Navarro. They have nothing else to do, I guess, right?
Yeah. So, right.
So that kind of confused me at first, because seeing that ship, right, the first thing you see in the trailer is that ship fly by. I'm like, whoa, wait, is this back? Are we back in like season 2 now or something? What's going on? So anyway, but it's clearly not, because Babu Frick is in there, and
I love that Babu Frick is in there. I'm just
Babu Frick. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
I know, I love it.
And of course, I tell you what, the most exciting shot for me, in all honesty, was Zeb Aurelius knocking that stormtrooper out. Like that was like amazing. An incredible shot.
Yeah.
And his movement and all. Like, I'm like, okay, now I want to see that. I want to see him.
There were a lot of Easter eggs in the trailer.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah. So so again, I agree. I think it's good to see Star Wars. I'm not, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely gonna buy tickets right away. But
opening night,
I wish this gave me a little bit more to just a little bit more to look forward to, because again, I need to. I kind of need to know why this is a movie. You know, like
Right. And I mean, we get that one shot with, I'm assuming, is the First Order.
oh, I don't know where.
I saw
Oh,
stormtroopers in a shot,
yeah, but I think they're regular stormtroopers, right?
but they're near impossible to tell between regular stormtroopers and the First Order stormtroopers.
Well, I mean the helmets. They clearly look like New Empire.
Okay, so
Yeah. I guess
Either way, we've got 8 months. I mean, this was a sizzle reel to make us remember that it's coming, and then as the 8 months go on, we're gonna get a trailer or more information that's gonna let us know.
But here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that, Martin, because traditionally what they've been so I bet you I wasn't there at Celebration, but I bet you they saw most of this in Celebration. Like people, because they released a trailer there. The only people in the room saw it.
okay.
And typically, a little after that, again, typically, about a month or so after Celebration, they release that trailer or a version of that trailer. I would be 99% sure that this is pretty much what they saw, with maybe a couple other shots in it, and probably structured a little bit differently, you know, with the logo.
Right.
But we're talking like it's been 5 months since Celebration. So I'm with you, Hannah. Like, it almost feels like a delay in post, and they had to wait to see of putting some of this stuff out because they didn't really know what they had yet.
Yeah.
So that's what it feels like to me, just being kind of in the mindset of, you know, a filmmaker and an editor. It's like,
Yeah.
to me, you would have put this out about 5 months ago.
Right.
And then you put a second kind of teaser or full, because this says, think about it, it says official trailer. And again, traditionally what Star Wars does with these types of trailers, they call them teasers, because that's all this is. This is just a teaser.
Yeah.
This
A
should not be
trailer
official.
gives you some of the story,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I'm a little like,
Yeah.
you waited
naming
this
theme's
long.
off.
Why didn't you give us, you know, if it's called a trailer, give us a little story,
Yeah.
or else just call this thing a teaser, and I'll know that this is probably the same thing you did at Celebration.
Yeah. And
That's all,
speaking
that's
of
all.
that logo, it's very comic booky. That
It
logo. Like
is.
it is not traditionally Star Wars at all.
And
that
I think
logo.
that's
So
what
I'm
made
a
me-
little.
That's what made me think of like the old Indiana Jones trailers.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the poster?
Maybe that's what they're going for. I did, but I forget what it looks
I
like.
did not.
Well, it's very old school, like 80s kind of looking Indiana Jones, like you were saying.
Which is probably what they're going for because they're all fans of that, right?
Yeah, but again, that's not what the show kind of looks like. You know, like the posters and graphics of the show, which it may be that's what they're trying to do, is kind of separate it a little bit from the show. And
Yeah, you're right.
be
It's
its own
very
thing.
it's very Temple of Doom looking.
yes, but like you said, very kind of old school, like comic.
Starring
poster.
Pedro Pascal as Din Djarin.
Yes.
Like yeah, it's very
It's an old school
Oh
movie
my
poster,
gosh. Yeah, that is very Indiana Jonesy.
Yeah.
or even like Casablanca, or you know, back
Oh
in the,
yeah, like
old,
we're
like-
talking.
yeah,
But
where they had starring, you know, it's like
Yeah.
Grogu
That's-
as himself, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Grogu,
as himself. It's just
That's what it says on there. It says as Grogu
Yep.
and Grogu as
Yeah.
himself.
No,
I
And then
think
it says on the
even had
bottom,
trouble-
like this
Gone
is the
with
way.
the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. Very Gone with the Wind. Correct. Yeah. So,
I mean-
ultimately, what do you think about the logo?
It's weird. It's uncomfortable because it's not what we expect from Star Wars. All Star Wars logos have pretty much been the same all the way through.
The thing though is
I-
that. Oh, go ahead.
I mean,
sorry.
Sure, you want to be a little bit different, but even the name is always bugging me. Mandalorian and Grogu. Why are you naming the movie that? Can we come up with a better name? We didn't name the trilogy Luke, Leia, and Han. Like,
Well, true.
right?
No, that is such a good point. That title has always frustrated me.
Yeah.
It just, I work for the brand. I don't speak for the brand. These are my opinions. The name always annoyed me. I never, like, yeah. And now the poster design, I'm like, why are we going back? Like, I'm sure there's a marketing reason. I'm sure there's some reason we're going to hear. But this feels very retro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. I think, I do think that with Disney Plus, they have established that the show names are the names of the characters, right? That is the tradition. The Mandalorian,
Skeleton
But
Crew,
they don't do that for
Acolyte,
the movies.
Obi-Wan. Correct. So that's
Except
where
for
they
Solo.
should have. That's where they should have changed. Well, you're right, Solo. But you're right. They should have changed. I think they should have changed this title into something else.
like it could have been anything, like just whatever. Empire of the Sun, a Mandalorian story or
Yeah,
something.
totally.
Oh, I like that.
Because you've got, because in the Empire Strikes Back, but it says Star Wars on the top and the bottom of the Empire Strikes Back.
I'll tell you
logo.
exactly what you should have called this thing. You should have called it Clan of Two.
So, Clan of Two.
Done.
That's
A
exactly
Mandalorian
what you should
story.
have called it.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go. Clan of Two.
They
Leaps
don't-
and bounds better.
I don't work for the brand. Well, I kind of work for the brand by doing the show, but like,
Yeah.
they don't ask me.
No.
They don't ask me either. I don't know why. you're
Not yet, Hannah.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get there.
Well,
Oh,
let's
geez.
flood the social media's channels with it.
Yeah.
Change the
yeah.
name. Clan of Two. Get a petition going.
Okay, so anyway, level of excitement, 1 to 10. Hannah, where are you at?
Meh.
Really? Like, was that middle?
Yeah, it's like a 4. Meh.
Wow. Okay. Martin, level of excitement.
I'll still put it up 8.5 because I'm excited. It's more Star Wars, and it's my two favorite characters of all the live action. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm probably at a 7. I'm probably at a 7.
Like I agree with you guys. I want more. I want to know what's going on, but I'm just excited that something is coming out and it's starring these guys.
Yeah. I just wish there was something again, like even in a teaser, like
I want
there could
something
have been.
to be excited for,
Well, yeah, but
story-wise.
Yes.
or just I tell you what, like in a teaser, like I don't know if you remember the there was it was the episode 2 teaser. I know I'm going way back, but if you remember that the very first teaser, it was Vader's breathing, and it was just these shots, these shots that popped up and faded out.
That was
Popped
really
up, faded
cool.
out. Yeah, there was a shot of like Django flying off, like in Camino, and you're just the music's building, and all of a sudden it's like episode 2 coming. And I'm like, whoa, now that was. They didn't even say anything. It was just music and tone. I mean, anybody that hasn't remembered seeing that, go watch that again, because you see that in the theater, you're like, holy, that I'm pumped for that movie. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. Like
But I think
I wish it was something. I wish something caught me like that.
But there's
But
subtlety
that's the problem,
there.
though. Oh, sorry, Hannah.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say the trailer was so damn good, the movie couldn't live up to it. So you got to find
come on.
I mean, he's got
I
a
liked
point.
it. I liked Attack of the Clones more than most people, but
He's got
Anyway.
a point. But the thing is you have all the subtlety there. You're hinting at all the story because we already know where it's going to lead. That was them using the age-old equation that Pixar uses, which is, and also Miyazaki. Yeah, Miyazaki.
yeah.
Hayao Miyazaki use is 2 + 2, not 4. That trailer gave the audience 2 + 2, and they were able to fill in the blanks and see what the story was going to be, or at
Like
least
that.
see where the story was going to eventually lead.
Yeah.
So while I argue with this, it's very much of a sizzle reel. Like, here's an idea or a concept of something, versus this is what we're presenting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
we
think
got lots of
that'll have to hold us over for probably a few more months.
Oh boy.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, we might as well say it here, Visa. Like, we'll be deep diving like we always do over on The Mandalore. We'll be
Yes.
covering this trailer and really picking it apart.
Frame
Very
by
soon.
frame.
My friend. Yep.
So, look forward to that.
Okay, we'll continue talking a little bit about the Clone Wars. We're again, because of the emptiness in Star Wars right now of how much we're getting. We're going back and kind of talking about some older concepts and older content, and so we last 2 episodes we deep dive, like Martin just gave some comments about. This one, let's deep dive a little bit into Ahsoka, and this is kind of what Martin was kind of talking about a little bit about character journeys and what this thing is about, what this show's about. So I threw a couple questions at you. We may only get through one of them because I think the first one is actually a pretty big topic to talk about, which is, Ahsoka's evolution, and not just evolution in the show, but the evolution outside of the show with the fans. Because I was there at the beginning. I'm pretty sure you guys were too a little bit, but I watched the Clone Wars movie in the theater. I watched every episode when it premiered, right away on Cartoon Network. And I watched Ahsoka's journey all the way through, and I saw the fan reaction at celebrations where it wasn't very positive for a while, and then all of a sudden it just turned, and she became this iconic character that she is now, arguably one of the most popular Star Wars characters of all time now. So I guess, Hannah, what's your thoughts on, why there was such a change in her almost acceptance by the fans throughout this series?
I think it all comes down to people not wanting to be open for change. And I'll be honest, I was one of them. As soon as because I saw the trailers for the Clone Wars movie coming out, and I was appalled is too harsh of a word, but I was shocked that Anakin had a Padawan. And because me watching the movies, I'm like, that didn't happen. Are you trying to retcon all of this? We didn't see this character in these movies, in Revenge of the Sith. What the heck are you doing? So I think it was just very much of a visceral reaction to them proposing that scenario. So, I'm being very honest. That was my initial reaction. I'm like, well, that's dumb. Like, there's nothing in any of the current canon we have that would even suggest that Anakin has a Padawan, let alone he was mature enough to be a Jedi Master to a Padawan. But I remember one summer, we weren't really doing a lot, my sister and I was like, and we flipped through the channels and Cartoon Network was on. It was the summer between junior and senior year. And I was like, you know what, let's try it. And we were hooked immediately.
Yeah.
I think, and this is just kind of my gut reaction, I think people really started favoring Ahsoka during the Mortis family arc. And the reason being is that's when she started to really think on her, like she always thought on her own. But that's when there was a spotlight on her for her to truly be independent. And when she started and once that was solidified, I think people started appreciating her more, that she was really thinking on her own. She was really challenging the Jedi thoughts. She was challenging all of this. So that's when I think the change happened, was during that arc for fans. But that's also why I think initially people were not a fan of her. It's just that we were like, to me, as a teen. Wait, what year did the Clone Wars movie come out?
2008.
Oh, math is hard. Yeah, as a teenager, I was like, why are you retconning this?
Yeah, right.
Because we don't ever see her. So why would you add her? Now, don't get me wrong, I met the voice. I met Ashley in real life, and she's lovely.
Fantastic.
I know you've met her, Dave.
Yeah.
I don't know if you met her, Martin.
I have not yet.
Oh,
No.
She is.
She's never come up here.
She's such a sweetheart. Absolutely love her. But that was my initial reaction. So I think that's why there was such a negative response to Ahsoka, is that people were worried that like Star Wars was messing up something, if that makes sense. Even though it's not the fans' baby, we still feel very protective of it.
Yes.
I don't know if that
Yes.
answers the question or like.
No, that's definitely your version of it for sure. Yeah, no, that's good.
Well, and I think, Hannah, like if they had simply just had Ahsoka in the third movie, even just a scene, like just something that people could latch onto and go, oh, it's that character that we saw briefly.
Yes.
Now there's a story around her. I mean, that would have solved everything for sure.
But she wasn't part of the Jedi Order at that point.
No, she walked away from the job, which,
Yeah.
like,
But-
So
yeah.
Just anything. It could have been anything. Even just a name drop could have been enough. Just
well, I mean,
But-
she wasn't thought up of then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was.
I know.
You know,
So that part I agree with, because if they could have picked somebody else that was in the movie to be his Padawan, and then we put the two pieces together and make the connection. It's because there's no connection that made it hard to attach to her. But,
Yeah, I'm on the so my experience, I think for one, I'm with you Hannah. Like I was shocked when I saw the movie because I thought this isn't possible. That's not the Jedi code. Because Anakin was just a new knight, you know, he couldn't have a Padawan yet. And then I thought literally when I was sitting in the theater watching this movie, and it's an animated movie, and I thought to myself, okay, the only way they can explain this, because I didn't know there was even a series going to happen. Like I thought this was it, just the movie, right?
yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know the movie came out. I just happened to, me and a buddy of mine looked online and was like, let's go see a movie. And I saw Clone Wars. I'm like, what? The Clone Wars? I was like, we got to go check this out. And we went, and I'm like, what the heck is this?
Did you predict the Clone Wars show before it was announced?
Yeah.
Well, I thought, well, anyway, Anakin having a Padawan, I thought the only way this can happen is she's going to die at the end of this movie. Like,
yeah.
it's kind of what I thought. Like, there's no way this can continue. Like you said, like, how are they going to explain this? And then, obviously the show explains what happens. But I think ultimately what we got to think of when the part of the evolution of her character in the fans. Look, you got to admit, in the Clone Wars movie, in the first part of the first season, I mean, she's young and she's a little annoying. She's like a nagging little sister.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was very childlike the first season.
Yeah, and that turned a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was we saw her grow up. Mm-hmm. And as she got more mature, and like you said, Hannah, as she started making better decisions, as she started speaking more, respectfully, and then it started becoming this it's like watching your sibling grow up, or in my case, like watching my kids grow up and turn into a full-blown adult human. It's like the evolution is incredible to watch. We literally, I mean, if you think about it, we haven't really watched a Star Wars character like that. From
you're right.
that young all the way. I mean, now she's a grown old woman in her own show right now. It's like, I can't think of a character that we've seen and followed all these years.
I mean, the only exception would be Anakin, but even then, there are so many
It's much
gaps.
faster.
But yeah, it's very sporadic, right?
Yeah.
And it's only like 3 movies,
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
we had 7 seasons of her, and then now we had Rebels,
2 more seasons.
Yeah.
and then now we have live action versions of her. It's like it's truly remarkable how much this character has been in, and how much responsibility that Lucas and Filoni put on her to carry the show. And that's where I was going to respond back to you, Martin, is like, I definitely think that this show I think Lucas's intention was this show was based on Ahsoka's this character growth and showing this character growing up and right before our eyes in the biggest galaxy battle, in the backdrop. Yeah. And I think that she needed the family part of Star Wars, which is the clones, Rex in particular. Like that's her family, which ended up being why she was so devastated. That very last shot of the of season 7, she buried all those clones. I mean, she didn't have to take the time to do that, but that was her family. And I mean, she was devastated. She, again, for the second time, walked away, and illustrated by dropping her saber and saying, like, I'm done. This is it. Not really knowing that she was going to be back in the fight, shortly after. But that's why this, to me, like, Clone Wars, Clone Wars hand down is a great series. I mean, it's so good, and there's a lot of characters obviously you can see, but Ahsoka, I think to me that's why the fans, gravitated to her so much, is because of how much she changed throughout that series. That's
go ahead.
Oh, me? Well, just to add to it, like, I know this might be a point you might not like, Dave, but I think a lot of the fans really attached to her when she started to go against the Jedi and started disagreeing with them and stuff. Because there was an area, a moment of time when the Jedi were starting to look like, yeah, you guys aren't necessarily the heroes here that we've believed you to be for all this long. Like, you're now starting to push your power onto people. You think you're the only ones that know the right way. Mm-hmm. And Ahsoka was challenging that. And I think that a lot of people related to that. Like, yeah, she's right. Like, look at what they said. They're going against their own teachings. And I think that's what helped grab a lot of people to like her more, is because she started standing up to the authority.
Agreed.
No, I definitely agree. I think she already gained popularity, because season 4 was a big turnaround for her, because that was when Maul kind of came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there was a lot more maturity in that season. And I think people started really loving her then. I think the fact that the end of season 5, when she walks away, I think that definitely propelled her more. Like, I think, because here's the thing. I think what at least the reaction that I remember hearing about, and talking to people at Celebration and stuff, I'm telling you, everyone watching the Clone Wars still had this thing in the back of their head that she was going to die. There's no other reason why she's in episode 3, not in episode 3, or mentioned in episode 3, because she dies. The fact that they turned it around and had her walk away, that, you don't understand, that relieved so many fans.
Oh, I bet.
Because it was like, oh man, okay, great, she's still out there. And that, I think, okay, I really like this girl now. Let's keep following her, kind of thing. It was actually like the best creative decision you can make, having her walk away, and then think about it. Then you lay that guilt on Anakin. Mm-hmm. So it's not just about Padme. I mean, it's a big part of her why he turns, but now he's got this failure.
He failed. Yeah,
his only
of
Padawan.
Ahsoka. Absolutely, right? So it's brilliant.
He couldn't even succeed as a master.
It's so powerful. Yeah.
Very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. So I guess the other thing is, well, I just kind of hit on it. My other question was, what did her departure from the Jedi actually signify?
Oh, it signified so much. Like, I mean, do we have 3 hours to go into how much that signified? I mean, good gravy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the way I just answered it, I think it lent itself to her character, how strong she was. It lent itself to Anakin's character because it devastated him. It also, overall, the Jedi Order suffered because of it. Because they didn't stand by her when she was claiming her innocence.
Yeah.
It was overall just a bad light.
It was a dark time for Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. It showed that there was a flaw in the Jedi Council. Mm-hmm. They hinted at it forever, but then this was boom. This is a flaw, a huge flaw, And I think that allowed people to go, oh, so this isn't the only way with the Force. And it allowed people to kind of feel this freedom that the light side of the Force doesn't have to be this stick in the mud council who are just like emotionless. Because I don't know about you, when I found out that's what the Force was, I'm like, maybe I don't want to be a Jedi. Like as a kid, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be a Jedi. If that's what that is, no emotion, that's a huge
Right.
part of life. So with Ahsoka leaving and pointing out this flaw, it opens the door to go, oh, maybe that's not what it means to be a Jedi.
Yeah, well, and right along with that, you said the word freedom, and that's what I was going to key on. It gave Ahsoka freedom to explore the Force the way she needed to for herself. And I believe that ultimately probably led her down the path to be as powerful as she is. I don't think she could attain the levels that she's at now and the knowledge she has if she had stayed in that structured way.
Agreed.
She got to be free and do it her way, and I think it allowed her to really take in a lot more.
Well,
Because she is arguably one of the most powerful now.
yes.
Right? So
I mean, heck, even in the battle when she fought against Vader in Rebels, she even said the words, I am no Jedi.
That's right.
yeah, so powerful.
Famous words.
Yeah.
Well, good show, guys.
Is now time for me to make a quick confession?
Okay.
I
What's
still
that?
have not seen the Clone Wars movie.
Oh,
Really?
I still haven't seen it.
Oh.
oh man.
Well, yeah. Actually, I think we talked about that because we were going to talk about doing a commentary for it.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of holding off until that. So you can
You're
get
going to wait. You can't commentate on it without seeing it, though.
But then you get the natural first reaction.
Her first reactions, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, I'll do the commentating. You
Yeah,
can
and
do
I'm
the
like,
reactions.
Dave, shut up. I'm watching the movie.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be like drawn into it, not even saying anything. But anyway, okay.
But
Cool.
same thing. Like I didn't watch it when it started out. I just watched it, a couple of years ago when we went through it. Like I watched it in my 40s for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
So I was very late to the game to catching it. Even as big as a fan of Star Wars as I am, I don't know why that one got left behind.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there was hardly there. I bet you a lot of people didn't, because think about it, this is 2008. There wasn't like a big internet presence yet, social media
True.
and stuff. So again, I didn't even know that movie was coming out.
They didn't promote it really either.
What's that?
They didn't do a lot of promotion for it. I
No.
don't remember it.
I remember
Yeah.
some promotion as a kid.
I don't
'Cause
remember a single
seeing-
thing.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing a trailer for it and thinking, wow, that's dumb. And then
never
moved
saw a
on with
trailer.
my life.
I never saw a trailer. And me and my buddy, I think it was opening weekend. Me and my buddy were the only ones in the theater. So it was like an afternoon matinee show, but still, it was like, no one. And it's just an animated Star Wars movie that you just never thought that was going to come. So anyway, because, at the end of episode 3, you thought this was it. Like, we're not, but there were talks at the time about this live action show that George was working on. So that was like the thing that you thought we were going to get, but then all of a sudden this animated show came out. So
I'm sharing you all the link of the trailer that I saw.
well, I've seen the trailer now. But
Oh, okay. I was about to say it is.
I didn't see it then though before it came out. So
Okay.
All I can say is look where we are now.
that's
with our
right.
animation. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Maul is going to be incredible. Can't wait.
Mind
for
you,
that.
you're talking about Clone Wars, the movie. For me, the first Star Wars animation was Droids, the cartoon.
Oh gosh,
C-3PO and R2-D2. I watched that on Saturday morning.
the
So,
vintage. Yeah, that's on Disney Plus now.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It had that rockin' 80s,
Oh, yeah.
opening
Oh, yeah.
theme song. And
yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
so,
All right, Martin.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
yeah. Fun to be with you guys.
Always
Look
good. Glad to
for
have
the
you.
next Mandalore podcast where we deep dive in this trailer, and then we'll get some council sessions going as well.
Sounds good.
Anna, as always.
Dave,
good to
as
see you.
always, good to see you too.
Yep. Probably take a little break next week because I'll be in Cali at Disneyland. So we'll be back in a couple weeks. So, like I said, you'll be able to get the Mandalore podcast next week to
Yeah.
to ease your listening ears for a little while till we're back. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care. Right. Thanks, everybody, especially our patrons. Take care. We'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.